The visible and the invisible. Most people spend their lives focused on the fruits, their visible results, such as their income, health, or even their weight. However, if you want to change the quality of those fruits, you must first change the roots. Just as what is under the ground creates what is above it, it is what is invisible that creates what is visible. Many individuals operate only on a superficial level of life, living strictly in the visible world and reacting to events as they happen. Addressing a lack of money is a prime example. Most see it as the primary problem, but a lack of money is never actually the problem itself. It is merely a symptom of what is going on underneath. Cause and effect. We live in a world of cause and effect, where your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. The printout. Analogy. Changing your results in the physical world without changing your inner programming is like trying to fix a typo on a printed page by using an eraser on the paper. As soon as you hit print again, the same error will appear because the problem is in the original program. The inner game. While outer laws like business knowledge and investment strategies are essential, the inner game is just as critical. Having the best tools is imperative, but being the person who can masterfully use those tools is even more important. To achieve lasting change, you cannot simply focus on the fruits you have already grown. You must be willing to dig below the surface and strengthen the roots. Money is the root of all evil. Modeling. What did you see your parents or guardians do with money? Specific incidents. What emotional experiences did you have around money as a child? When the subconscious mind has to choose between deeply rooted emotions and logic, emotions will almost always win. To change your results permanently, you must go beyond logic and reset your financial thermostat at a subconscious level. Many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of financial insanity, where they work harder and harder, but never seem to get ahead. This happens because they are treating the symptoms of their situation rather than the underlying blueprint. The most common scenario involves the blown-up financial life, where an individual experiences a surge of wealth followed by a sudden loss. Lottery winners. Research shows that regardless of the size of their winnings, most return to their original financial state, the amount they can comfortably handle. The Midas touch versus kiss of death. Some people seem to turn everything to gold, while others find that every excellent opportunity eventually goes sour. The financial yo-yo. Many experience an inconsistent flow where they have money, then they don't, then they have it again. This isn't usually due to the economy or a lousy partner, but a subconscious thermostat pulling them back to their comfort zone. When things go wrong, people tend to focus on the fruits, the visible results, and attempt to fix them through superficial means. The lack of money. Myth. Most people assert that a lack of money is their problem, but in reality, a lack of money is merely a symptom of what is going on underneath. The eraser trap. Trying to fix your outer world without changing your inner world is like finding a typo on a printout and rubbing it out with an eraser. When you hit print again, the same typo reappears because the program, your mental and emotional world, remains unchanged. Saving for the wrong reason. People who save for a rainy day often find they attract exactly that, rainy days, because their focus is on the fear of loss rather than the joy of abundance. We do not live on only one plane of existence. We live in at least 4 different realms at once: the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The physical world is merely a printout of the other 3. If things aren't going well in your outer life, it is because things aren't going well in your inner life. To permanently change the temperature of your financial success, you must reset the thermostat, the inner programming, rather than just opening a window to let in some cool air. To understand why your life looks the way it does, you have to look beneath the surface. In this framework, the roots represent your inner world, your character, your habits, your deep-seated beliefs, and your internal blueprint. These are the invisible forces that dictate every outcome you see. The relationship between your inner and outer worlds is a direct line of cause and effect. Beliefs and mindset. Your thoughts originate from files of information stored in your mind from past conditioning. If your root belief is that rich people are greedy, your mind will subconsciously prevent you from becoming bad, wealthy. Habits and traits. Success is determined by who you are, your confidence, your ability to relate to others, and your willingness to act in spite of fear or discomfort. The manifestation process. Your programming leads to your thoughts lead to your feelings lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results, or fruits. The tree analogy. Imagine you are looking at a tree that represents your life. You see the fruits, your results, and you aren't happy with them. Maybe there aren't enough, or they don't taste good. Most people focus all their energy on those fruits, trying to change them directly. But you cannot change the fruits that are already hanging on the tree. To change the quality of the fruits for next season, you must dig below the ground and strengthen the roots. If you want to change the visible, you must first change the invisible. The 4 quadrants of reality. To make this even clearer, understand that we live in 4 realms simultaneously: mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. The physical world, your fruits, is merely a printout of the other 3 quadrants, your roots. If things aren't going well in your outer life, it's because things aren't going well in your inner life. The ultimate insight is that your outer world is merely a reflection of your inner world. If you want to permanently change the temperature of your life, you cannot simply open a window. You must reset the financial thermostat that governs your subconscious. The power of shifting the root. True transformation occurs when you identify the toxic weeds in your inner garden and replace them with supportive beliefs. From rich is greedy to rich is generous. A man named Stephen earned $800,000 a year, but was always broke because his mother taught him that rich people are greedy. Subconsciously, he got rid of his money to remain good in her eyes. Once he realized this belief wasn't his, he reset his blueprint and became a millionaire within 2 years, even using his wealth to send his mother to Hawaii. From fear to purpose. Many people are driven by fear or the need to prove themselves, but money can never fix an inner wound of not being enough. By unlinking money from fear and anger, you can reinstall new links that allow you to earn through purpose, contribution, and joy. The process of reconditioning. You can begin shifting your roots today by using 4 key elements of change. Awareness. Recognizing that a specific belief or habit exists. Understanding. Seeing where that way of thinking originated, usually from outside yourself. Disassociation. Realizing this belief is just a file of information you stored long ago and is not part of your anatomy. Declarations. Making positive, emphatic statements aloud to send a new vibrational frequency to your subconscious mind. True wealth is not just about what you have. It is about who you are. When you change the invisible programming, the visible results will follow naturally.